Hello everyone, it's me Lancer737, and today I noticed something really cool and I had to talk about it. It's news that I've seen on Equestria Daily or Equestria Nightly for whatever reason. I think they accidentally left their thing up past Halloween, but I'm not going to complain because it looks really cool and it is Princess Luna. But there's some really cool stuff that's coming out. I've seen them announce a bunch of cool games, mods for games, and comic book stuff that's going to be coming out. So let's get right into it. There has been some news for comics and, more show stuff for G5. Most of it's not really interesting to me, but there is still some interesting things about it. This article is about, or they're showing off pages for different stories. The G5 one, that's not why I'm here. It's the G4 stuff. They have a series, it's called Alicorn of Magic, and it does look like it's from the official GW, not GW. Oh great, now I forgot the name of it. But the company that's IGW. It looks like it's that style of art, so I'm assuming that it is official. It's called Alicorn of Magic. I've been noticing all over the place that G4 is just not going away. They just didn't handle G5 well enough, and I've been seeing some leaks for G5. If they had fully gone in with the really good stuff that they didn't go with, I think it would have helped things a lot. But there's a story called Rarity and Spike. I'm assuming it's official. I mean, like, they should post somewhere if it's not. Now, granted, there is a link to X. I cannot go to that at the moment. If you want to check that out for yourself, you can, but it's a very strange panel. Believe it or not, when I zoom in on it, the words just get really blurry. It does not adapt to it, so I guess you're not really meant to be able to see 100% what they're saying. I can kind of see it, but it's a little bit blurry. I'm not going to read it. You can read it for yourselves. But I want to see more of this. Between the different stories they have here, it would be Rarity, Spiked, and Alicorn of Magic. And then, unless these G5 stories had something really meaningful happen, I might check them out. But let's get to the real heart of the matter. They have some really amazing collectibles, it looks like, coming out, and games. It's going to get better as we go, but this stuff is really interesting. So, new Party Time pony figures announced from Chinese company. And it looks really good. Modeled figures, anyone? We once again have Chinese company hopping on a huge pony fandom over there, with brand new toys dedicated entirely to Pinkie Pie. They'll be available in blind box form and start being sold on the 15th of this month, which is very close to, we're very close to that date. And it looks really highly detailed, looks really cool. Now, I'm imagining if this does really well, we'll probably get more. They have so many different ones. I would have to say the one with the crown probably is my favorite one. I'm not gonna go on my way to get them all. The one with Gummy is also pretty cool, and then the Party Cannon. The rest of them I could live without. But they look really nicely crafted. But trust me, the stuff I've seen, it's gonna get even better than this. So collectibles, and one of them actually looks like a card game. And when I was looking at this looked nuts, because this card game depicts a lot of the My Little Pony characters being at Hogwarts. It's crazy. Now, I was looking at this, and like the written stuff on it, I don't know why it just zooming in on it, you can't see it. I could see it fine on my computer when I first saw this, but the text says the exact same thing on all of them. I don't get it. But the design looks kind of cool. I just wish it would say something else, and maybe it will. It could be these are just prototypes and they just have words there just to show that they're supposed to be something there, and give the designers, or like the I want to say funders, that the people that are funding the projects to make money, investors can see, roughly what this would look like. Anyway, we've got another collectible out of the Chinese company, Kao. This time they are running the badges with a variety of designs on them, from Harry Potter to their Three's a Crowd episode. Cadence and the main six are all available in this one. And here's the picture. Look, they're all at Hogwarts. That's pretty interesting that they could get away with that. I mean, we have seen Twilight, effectively as Harry Potter, but it's so many of them. And I don't know. It kind of looked like a collectible card game. Maybe it's not going to be. But one thing that also drew my mind, I kind of like the Harry Potter design, even though they really shouldn't be, all that way. Technically, they all can do magic. It's just they would all do it differently. Look at this row. It's going to be the second from the bottom. They all have that really cool wizard's hat that Trixie has, and technically sometimes Twilight, because her favorite mentor, Star Swirl Bearded, has that kind of hat. They have that kind of hat for Twilight and Pinkie, almost called her Applejack, Pinkie Pie, Rarity, Fluttershy, all of them. They all look pretty awesome. And although Applejack's isn't exactly like that hat, it's more like her Southern Bella hat from the game, the Game Loft game. It looks like it's a little bit taller than normal, but that's essentially what it looks like. And I guess I take it back. I assume this was a card game for some reason. It is a collectible set though, but it looks really cool. There's Cadence, also in a Hogwarts outfit. A bunch of them in Hogwarts outfits. Okay, so you can see this better. I love them all in these hats, and I hope this is an option in the game itself, the Game Loft game, because it's a really nice look for them. Although, like I said, technically we already have the Southern Bella hat for Applejack. It's just it's not that tall, and I'm fine with that because I don't think it needs to be that tall. But hats that are styled like what Twilight and the rest of them have, yeah, they look awesome like that. Gandalf started that look, and Gandalf the Grey has an amazing hat. I'd love to have a hat like that. So here's the one specifically, excluding the ones above with Twilight and Cadence. More of them dressed like they're in Gryffindor, which I don't know if they... Well, I guess with the virtues and standards of Gryffindor, I guess because they are all are bearers of the elements of friendship and magic, I guess they would end up in Gryffindor. But I could see some argument with some of them going to Hufflepuff and even Ravenclaw, especially if included other characters like Luna. Not to sound stereotypical, but I think it would be... I think she would find it interesting to learn how to use different magics, but I think she already can pretty much do anything and more. I mean, there might be a few spells she can't do, but anything and more that they would learn at Hogwarts and what the the High Master himself would know. There's few things that she wouldn't know that he would. I'm just being generous with that. She's been alive a lot longer than Dumbledore, and I believe that she actually really would have more magical spells. I mean, heck, her dream magic really should make it so that she has more abilities than them, but that's just how it is. But yeah, okay, so I take it back. This was not a card game. I could have swore it was, but the collectibles in it look fantastic. I actually would get this. I actually would probably get this over the Pinkie Pie statues, to believe it or not. I just like the art style of all of this. Now, I guess you could argue it's possible that Cadence actually would be in Ravenclaw if you look at the colors on her outfit. But let's... yeah, I hope you guys are excited for this as much as I am. I mean, I'm not like super excited, but it is pretty cool. And it's just a testament to how amazing G4 is, that they keep on going back to it. Yeah, G5 is dominating the comics, and it's dominating what's left of the TV shows, but there's just too many flaws with it. They could turn it around, but I don't know if they will. Okay, so... I just point this out. My Little Pony finally added to the toy Hall of Fame. I don't know if you want to be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, they meant to say Hall of Fame, but yeah, they should have spell checked that, but I had to point that out. If things were not getting any crazier, you can now get Applejack themed pony gear for your actual horses if you own them. I guess I wouldn't mind this. Your horse might mind it, though. They might bite you, so you better be careful. You better give them extra apples. Just don't don't hold the apple with your fingers around it. They might accidentally bite those with the apple. And it looks like that company is actually making more figurines. I guess before the Pinkie Pie came out, they have a Galloping Gala figurine of Fluttershy, which that I would get. She looks really nice that way. They have plushie contest designs, and they have a symbiote I didn't mean to say Studios DJ Pony now available. In fact, I should add, it looks like China just now is getting onto the craze for MLP, and so they're developing tons of their own stuff that it looks like we'll have access to, at least at some point. I don't have too many plushies. Actually, I think I only have one plushie, and it is of a special Princess Luna figurine. Well, plushie, I mean. But I guess I wouldn't mind maybe a Trixie, another Luna, Starlight Glimmer, and some villains. If they have some villains, I wouldn't mind getting those, because it doesn't seem like they made very many collectibles officially for villains. That would be kind of cool. Some of it's just mundane stuff I wouldn't care too much about. G5 stuff. I think, oh yeah, they were showing off they're making more makeup products with G4 again. It's just, like I said, G4 is just such an amazing series. You just can't get past it. And it looks like they have some books here. I didn't see anything about books, but if you look at this closely, oh wait, no. Those are probably, oh look, they see those figurines to the left? Hasbro made some figurines where you can paint them yourself. They're like professional figurines. You can paint them paint them yourself however you want, and then like give them really incredible bases, or go even more full out than that. Some of these actually do not look like books. Okay, some of them do look like books, but other ones, they look like a mix between books and puzzles and picture frames. We apparently are going to be getting a lot of G4 stuff, and a lot of it looks really cool. Maybe we'll get some Equestria Girl stuff. You never know. Okay, this stuff is not really for me. I mean, like if I'm dying and it's winter, yeah, sure. I'll wait. Those are just face masks. That would not help me. If I wrap all these around myself and I'm freezing to death, yeah, sure. But other than that, this stuff really isn't for me. Those don't look bad. They look kind of nice. That Luna looks... Oh, it has transparent parts. I bet you have to be really careful with that, though. I think I had a stuffed animal a long time ago that had transparent parts. I could be wrong. Okay, so let's move along. A new G4 game was revealed from Renegade called My Little Pony Festival of Lanterns. It seems a little bit interesting. I just don't know if it will be enough, at least for me to want to play it. Brand new game has been revealed from Renegade Games, starring our favorite G4 ponies. Again, this one isn't a pen and paper campaign or deck building. It's a unique tile placing game based on the original called Lanterns with the MLP theme. Okay, so the pre-orders are open now for it. I would like to look more into Lanterns, but like if I wanted, I mentioned this a lot. If I wanted an MLP game, like a really fully detailed one, I would want lots of different kind of fantasy and magic kind of elements to it. Combat, actual death. Not that I want to have specific characters die, but I would like for danger to be real in it. Like we have episodes in it where the characters, and stories where the characters could have died, and some villains and other people do die in the series. We should have games that are more serious like that. We should have games that, and the fandom wants it, we should have games that are more like Final Fantasy, but with My Little Pony, whether it be the human version or the pony version or both at the same time, because multiverse stuff could happen. Messing with Lanterns, I wish them luck, and I do want it to succeed, because that means more good MLP stuff. I just don't know if I would want to play this specific game. I thought this was interesting. They have a brand newish statue of Princess Twilight Sparkle in her more larger form that is closer into design and size of Princess Celestia. The art style is not quite the same. It almost feels like the throwback or shout out to another series, or it could just be they wanted a different art style. It looks kind of nice. The only thing missing that would make me want to buy it, I don't think I want to get it, but I hope a lot of people that like this character, if they can afford it, do get it, because it does look high quality. What I don't like about it is there's no chest armor, there's no crown. I'm seeing the future version enough now. I think that is my favorite. If we're not gonna, mention alternate universe or nightmare versions of the character, that might be my favorite version of Twilight when in her future form, where she looks a lot like Celestia and has the armor and the crown and everything. So I do think it's nice. It's just I hope Twilight fans enjoy it. It's just this one isn't for me, but it does look cool. It interested me. So this is interesting. The same card company that's making those cards and collectibles I showed you with like the main 6 being in Gryffindor, they made some cards before that. I think they're still pre-order, where it just has the human and G4 ponies. Sorry, human and G4 ponies together, and it looks really cool. Or just G4 humans, and it feels great seeing Equestria Girls again. I would like to see more fantasy action stuff with them. That would be awesome. But getting anything with them now is, amazing in itself. It's been such a long time. I miss that series. They did a fantastic job with the Equestria Girls, the way they handled villains, because they couldn't build them up in multiple episodes and stories and novels and comics, so they had to introduce them right away, and a few of them did cross over into multiple episodes and or movies, because Equestria Girls did quasi get its own episodes. They were more mini movies than actual episode, but I love most of the villains. They're handled fantastically. I love the character development, that even though they sound and have similar features to the G4 ponies, they are still their own characters. They're not quite the same, and I like the take that they have for most of the human ones. So this is cool to see. So with Hasbro in China, they're making tons more G4 stuff. Just look at this. This is all amazing, and a lot, well, I mean, not going to be getting purses or anything like that. Those plushies are just too much for me. But just look at it. A lot of it looks fantastic. I can't tell what I'm looking at. If there are ornaments for like a Christmas tree, I'd probably get one. Is that a bracelet or something? Yeah, I guess they're actually like bracelets or something. I would use it as a Christmas tree ornament. There's not enough Christmas tree ornaments with MLP stuff that's not, what do I want to say, custom made. Not that custom made stuff isn't great, just it would be nice having some official stuff nowadays. That looks really nice, and I'm not even that big of a fan of Pinkie Pie, so that's kind of an achievement there. Now this is what I'm really excited about. I had no idea that G4 RPGs were still so successful that they were making source books. I'm not gonna lie, chat and viewers, I absolutely been wanting to do lore MLP stuff. I want to do lore stuff for everything I like, not just MLP, but MLP is one of them. And I wanted to see if anyone else was doing stuff like that, and they had been, and they were bringing up stuff that I had no idea about at all, involving spells and different kind of monsters and stuff like that. And it turns out that they've been adding way more lore through the RPGs, and the RPG is more aligned towards what I've been wanting in MLP games: real threats, action, consequences for it, actual offensive spells. G5 kind of ruined that, and stuff like that. So I'm very highly interested in this. All the lore and stuff they add to it. I'm not quite sure what the era that this takes place in. I think it's still going to be the same era that Twilight and them are in, but it might not necessarily be. I need to get a really good look at these books. I have a special starter kit that I got from this series to get you introduced to how to play it. So it's kind of like Dragon Strike. Strike was a limited customized variant of Dungeons and Dragons second edition or advanced, but it took a lot of the customization and out of it. They just wanted to get you used to how you would play Dungeons and Dragons before you get into the full thing. That's what that MLP RPG book was like that I got, and playset. But it's connected to this series. This is just really, really cool, and I'm excited for the future for MLP. I'm excited for the future for a lot of things. Unfortunately, there's also a lot of things I absolutely love that are top first place for things that, I like that are not doing well, and I'm losing hope in. But this gives me hope. Look how beautiful these cards are. That company again. Apparently, that company's been making lots of G4 stuff. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you're going to be looking to get this stuff before it comes to the United States, the best thing you could do is go on eBay or AliExpress. But I think I would actually choose eBay. And the reason I say that is because at least you can look up the seller. Be sure to look up the seller. Look at their sales. Make sure they have fantastic sales, that they don't do anything crummy. If you're looking for this kind of stuff, that would probably be your best bet before you can officially buy it here in the United States. This stuff looks incredible. G4 is still very much alive, and we got to let everyone know that. You wouldn't believe how many people told me they were quitting the game and they weren't going to watch my channel anymore once they saw the final episode of the G4 series as an animated series. They told me the series was done, and the game obviously would mean it's dead, and everything else is dead. So there's nothing else left to do. It's like they didn't know that they were going to continue on the series through comic books and the video game. I even have some people come, now they're like, wait, the game's not dead, but the show in it's like, yeah, they continued on the series. They've kept on continuing on the series. Granted, they do drag their feet because we do have reruns, but at the same time, we do have a lot of new people coming in. So it is kind of fair to have them be able to play the the older campaigns. And if you played the older campaigns, that means you get more rubies to use for the newer stuff. So it's a pretty good trade-off, I think. Okay, I completely missed out on this, but this just looks awesome. Rainbow Dash is a witch for Halloween. Looks sick. This kind of plushie, I think it's a small one. I wouldn't mind getting that and having it by my computer. Looks really nice, especially for Halloween. Whistle Twins, My Little Pony Memories by Mighty Jack appears on Tabo. This looks awesome. Like I said, G4 is clearly alive. You know what? I would get them all. I was about to say, at minimum, Princess Luna, no doubt. At minimum, Princess Luna. But you know what? They all look so great. I normally wouldn't care about this style, but they all look so great. I actually would get them. And the Twilight they have here is clearly based off the Twilight where she's in the future and she's like around the size of Celestia. So yeah, I actually wouldn't mind getting all of these. Here's some really beautiful individual shots of them. Cadence's hair is really nicely transparent too. I did not really think it would be that clear. It looks really nice. Luna's actually looks like it's the least transparent one, which is funny because the purples are pretty transparent on the other characters, but the purples and dark blues on Luna are not really. It looks like they have a much clearer than normal part on her hair that makes it look more transparent than normal. I like how they have Celestia just looking at Discord's window there. Luna is looking at Nightmare Moon being defeated by the main six. Cadence is looking at Spike saving the Crystal Empire, which that involved Discord, and then Twilight is watching her ascension. So that's what it looks like. I was actually kind of thinking it would be a blind box. I'm surprised I haven't seen these anywhere. They must be online. somewhere, like exclusively on online store. Though it's not G4, this looks really sick. They made a MLP controller for Xbox. And technically PC. Wait, I take it back. It's probably just PC. Looking at the design of it. But it's very much themed off the Xbox. Well, that part's a shame, but you know what? If you're into PC gaming, this, and you're a brony or Pegasister, and you like G5, you'll like this. If it wasn't enough, they have another RPG thing for G4 MLP. It's getting nuts. It sucks not seeing this kind of stuff in gaming stores, but I'm very optimistic for the future for MLP. And this is awesome. Renegade is exclusively selling a special edition of the core rulebook. It's a little bit more expensive, but I think it looks really cool. I actually, since I love RPGs, I would absolutely get this. This looks fantastic. They have the world map. If you've seen me play Equestria World, you will recognize the world map here. This looks fun and amazing. The contents of this limited time rulebook are identical to the regular core rulebook. I have no problem with that. I've done stuff like that before, like with Robotech. I think Palladium's RPGs are the best design RPGs ever, and the Robotech series is one of my absolute favorite of RPGs of all time. I got a limited edition black leather gold ink signatures and signed RPG book, but for all intents and purposes it's really no different than the deluxe version that's hardback. Anyway, I hope you're all excited for everything I've seen here. I'm excited. Peace be with you all and have a great day.
Pony who desires your love and admiration. Together we shall change this deadly celebration into a bright and glorious